What you cooking, Dad?
Tonight we're having zoodles and a Bolognese sauce, which is basically a meat sauce. So it's going to be made out of 3 different kinds of pork and some hamburger meat.
Ooh.
And we're going to kind of like use it for a meal prep for the rest of the week. So this can be done with all kinds of different things, different pastas and all that. You don't want to do it with spaghetti because with spaghetti it doesn't stick to it very good. So this is something like for the Bolognese, something like maybe a tortellini, something, you know, the pasta with like ridges in it, like a rigatoni, ziti or something like that. Shells is really good. So we're going to start off with sauteing the vegetables. It's just a mirepoix. You got carrots, celery, and onion. Okay, so it's about like four celery sticks, three carrots, and a whole onion. Okay, so all this is just we're gonna sweat this down. Okay, and once that gets sweated down, then we're gonna start adding the pork to it. All right. Okay, so now the vegetables are about where we want them to get. Okay, they've been sauteing for about 15 minutes. I mean 30 minutes.
I know, 30 minutes.
This is a sauce that's going to take you about, if you really want to cook it all the way down like it should take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. I'm not going to do all that, 4 to 6 hours.
I'm too hungry.
So what we're going to do, I know, right? So we're going to probably cook it down for about an hour or so. The more you cook it down, the more intense the flavor is going to be. And a lot, you know, creamier because it has milk in it. It has a little bit of wine in it. All those flavors will come down and it's going to be delicious. But we're kind of cutting it down a little bit, all right? Most recipes don't even ask for garlic, but you know,
I'm
going to throw a little bit of garlic in here. All right, so roughly that's about a tablespoon of garlic. So that's going to go in there, and we're using three kinds of pork. We have a country pork, a hot and spicy, like a spicy pork. So basically on the meats, we got a pound of pork with sage, like a breakfast sausage. We have a hot pork, which is kind of has like a bunch of pepper flakes in there and stuff like that. A plain one, and then we also have a pound of hamburger meat. Okay, so we're just gonna start putting these in here, and just start, you know, letting this brown. Once this browns, it's going to release a lot of fat. So along the way, while you're checking this sauce, you're going to want to skim the top, kind of get a lot of get out a lot of that, some of the fat. You want to leave some in there for flavor, of course, but you know, you want to just kind of skim the fat out of it because you know once it starts to separate a little bit, then you're going to have like, you know, big pools of fat all over the place. So, all right, so we're going to let this kind of render down a little bit, and I'll start chopping it all up. Okay, so now we got this meat all browned, all broken up, and we're gonna throw a little seasoning. I got a tablespoon of salt, tablespoon of pepper, you know. So we're just gonna lay that in there, mix it all up, and what we're gonna start adding some sauce to that. So we're gonna throw in some couple cans of San Marzano, the plum tomatoes. That's a pretty good stuff. So, yeah. And then I figure about 2 cans, and then I'll throw in some puree, some tomato paste, and then we'll add and subtract later on what we need. We're gonna need a cup of wine, and the wine, it's usually whatever you're gonna drink. If you're gonna drink a red wine, a white wine, whatever, just use some of the same stuff you're cooking with, and it'll work. Or cook with the same stuff that you're drinking with. So. And this one seems to be like a little.
We got this one at Sprouts.
We just picked this one up. I was like, let's try that one. This little.
It's cute.
Little bastard. So.
Well, now
it's a rosso de Toscana. So, Tuscan, I guess. We'll try that out.
I guess.
Yeah. So it says in my chopped up Italian. So, all right. So we got that. We got a little bit of seasoning. We'll go ahead and taste that. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, and so far we're in about 20 minutes, okay, with all the browning and all that, and because this is a big pot, and it'll make a good amount of sauce. So we'll be able to portion that up for different things. Maybe we'll use it like 2 or 3 times this week. So nice and easy. All right. So here we got the tomatoes. These all ready to go? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna, these are just stewed tomatoes. I'm just gonna pulverize this right here. I'm not gonna throw it in a blender or nothing like that. They're gonna fall apart even more, you know.
You want me to smash it?
I got them. And then if you want, you can get some water. Rinse that juice out of the can so I can use that. All right. We're not gonna let nothing go to waste. Everything's gonna get used. No, not yet. That can wait. Let's get
Tomato paste.
let's get this stuff first. All right. And then some of the other ingredients
I'll get the paste open.
that I use is I'm gonna throw a little bit of basil in there. It doesn't really ask for it. I'm gonna throw in some basil and I'm throwing a little bit of oregano, kind of get some of those seasonings in there. All right. So now we got that in there. We're just putting this here like that. And this is where the majority of the time is going to be spent simmering and sauteing. All right. So, all right. That's one can. And there's the other can. All right. That should be enough.
Oh, it's pretty colors.
Alright, so once that starts to simmer, it's going to cook down. Let me throw the wine in there now. Okay. So all this is going to cook. You can see all the fat on top.
Yeah.
So as it goes through, some of the, while it's cooking, you can come through and skim out the top, some of the fat, because it's going to pull up on top. All right, see, so it's not exactly as dark as we want it to be. So this is where we add the tomato paste. This will help thicken it up. All right. So we'll add that in. It'll give it a nice dark red color. All right. That'll work. That'll break down quite a bit in there. All right, and then we'll come back, check it in about an hour, see where we're at. And of course, you're not going to want to leave it alone for that time. You're going to come in, periodically check it, move it to a different heat. What we're going to do is going to bring it up to pretty much like a slight boil, and then we're going to turn it to medium low and constantly be stirring every now and then. Yeah, I can't say constantly stirring it every now and then. I guess every few minutes, kind of check it, make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. All right. So we're going to be checking back in about an hour, see how we're looking. All right, so what we're doing now is we're just skimming some of the top, skimming most of that fat off, okay? And it's just taking out the top layers. All right, because it does have a lot of fat in this. This is pork, hamburger meat, and all that, so. And that's all it takes. Just kind of go through it and skim a little off the top. And when you figure out that that's all you need, let it go. Okay, so with the Bolognese sauce we're gonna we're cutting down on pasta. So we're making our own
Zoodle.
zoodles. Haven't made these in about, oh my gosh, almost a year.
Not
Vanilla?
even. No, it hasn't.
When was the last time we did these?
That was like a few months.
A few months ago? Has it? I
Yeah.
don't remember.
We had zoodles
Okay,
for dinner,
well,
I think.
This is easy. We got a bunch of zucchini, and we got yellow squash and green squash. The zucchini, okay. Can't go too hard right there.
Yellow,
It hits.
green.
Boom, look at that. Super sweet. Throw that sucker in there. Pull this guy off. Let's do a yellow one. This is
Looks
so much
relaxing.
fun. I know, right? It's like, woo. Something easy. And there it goes. We got these on the thick spiral. So what we'll probably do is I'll get a boiling pot of hot water with salt and just kind of blanch them for like 2 or 3 minutes so they just kind of take off some of the rawness and they're pliable. And then just smother them in the Bolognese sauce.
I know the
right?
the,
That's
the big
easy.
one.
All right, this is like some cheapy $20 spiral
We
cutter.
got that at Big Lots.
Was it Big Lots?
I thought it was fries.
Oh, they're fries.
Big Lots.
They're fries. Because they had a sale on it. We saw them over at Kohl's and then we ended up getting them at Fry's.
But they sell them at Big Lots.
There's some at Big Lots too, yeah.
Because I thought.
All right, so.
Oh, they
And that's it. So we'll just
mushrooms.
use the rest of this and we'll get those going a little bit later. Okay, so now we've been skimming off the top, and this is about how much fat we pulled off of it, which is a little over a cup. So as you can see, you know, you got a little bit of the fat, but it's not too bad. So it'll be just right. So what we're gonna have now, we're gonna add some milk.
No labels.
And we're gonna go about maybe about a cup of milk. Okay, that's gonna help thicken it up. All right, and we're just gonna let it simmer. Normally, it's already been about 2 hours cooking, and like I said, 4 to 6 hours. And the milk is gonna thicken it up a little bit. It's gonna cook down. If you need to add more, if it's still too thick, you can add a little bit of water to it. And if it's not thick enough, let it cook down some more. And of course, you want to follow up and taste it. Make sure that it's got the seasonings that you want. We've already added, about a tablespoon of dried oregano. And before we finish off, to finish it off, I'll probably chop up some basil and stuff to throw on top. What we're doing now is just going to be salting the water and bringing that to boil so we can blanch the zoodles, and then we'll be ready to plate up. All right. Okay, so we're back in this, and we just finished blanching these zoodles here for about 3 to 5 minutes. So all it is just kind of throw them in some hot boiling water, and we're going to take them out so they don't get too soggy. All right, they hold pretty good. They're quite delicious. All right. And they stay together pretty well, actually. For being vegetables, you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's all out, and let's go ahead and plate some of this up. All right. So, just gonna get this here. I think it's not too big, huh?
Yeah.
You're like, it's so hot. It's burning me. All right, we'll break that off.
Dang, flashbacks.
Hey, look at that geek. Okay. And we'll get a little bit of sauce. As you can see, most of the fat's all gone. And it's just, that's still we want to get there. I would normally let this sit for another 2 hours or so, but you can see the meat. It's all broken down. All the vegetables are broken down. And usually it's a little thicker than this, but, that's okay. I'm not going to wait all 6 hours for
We're
it.
hungry.
We're hungry. So there you go, a little bit of Bolognese sauce on the zoodles there. And let's get a little fancy. And we're gonna throw a little basil on there, a little fresh basil. All right, sprinkle that on top. A little Parmesan cheese. All right, you want to taste it, baby?
Yeah.
Hey, what you think? Go ahead. Take your time, nice and hot.
Right?
All right. So while she's doing that, I want to thank you guys for coming along, for joining us on this ride. How is it?
I could take the sausage, the cream, the basil. It's delicious.
That's good? All right. All right. So, thank you guys for coming along. This is just a Bolognese and some zoodles. Everything is going to be down in the, down in the description below. We've got some new followers. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming along. Continue to, help us grow this channel. Like, share, subscribe. Ring that dinner bell button. This way you get notified every time that we put up a video. And it's all about family, fun, cooking at home, and that kind of thing. So, from us to you, thanks a lot, and cheers.
Cheers.
And we're just cooking.